And here is the Writer's Almanac for Saturday, November the 13th, 2021. It's the birthday of Louis Brandeis, born Louisville, Kentucky, 1856, Associate Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court, who introduced the concept of a right to privacy in American law. It was on this day, 1789, Benjamin Franklin wrote his famous phrase, "In this world nothing can be said to be certain except death and taxes." He wrote it in a letter to a friend in France. It was shortly after the U.S. Constitution had been ratified, and Franklin wrote, "Our new Constitution is now established and has an appearance that promises permanency, but in this world nothing can be said to be certain except death and taxes." It's the birthday of the crime writer George V. Higgins, Brockton, Massachusetts, 1939. Went off to Stanford, studied writing there under Wallace Stegner, came back to New England, became a newspaper reporter covering the New England underworld, which later he featured in his crime novels. Higgins went off to law school and became a prosecutor, prosecuted a number of underworld murders in the late 1960s. And in 1972, his book, The Friends of Eddie Coyle, came out and was a huge success. His 10 previous books had been rejected, and then came The Friends of Eddie Coyle, quickly followed by The Digger's Game, Cogan's Trade, all placed in the crime world in Boston. George V. Higgins, who wrote 30-some books in all, died in 1999. It's the birthday of St. Augustine, the early Christian theologian, born in Numidia in what is now Algeria. His mother Monica was a baptized Christian. His father Patricius was a lifelong pagan who converted to Christianity on his deathbed. Augustine's memoir, The Confessions, came out around 397. And it's the birthday of Robert Louis Stevenson, born Edinburgh, 1850, who wrote The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and Treasure Island. He came from a family of lighthouse engineers. He was chronically sick as a child, went off to college, became a bohemian, wore his hair long, wanted to be a writer, and came up with a story about pirates to entertain his stepson on a rainy afternoon in Scotland. It had buried gold in it, Long John's silver treasure maps, one-legged seamen with parrots on their shoulders, and that was Treasure Island. It was a big hit in 1883. Here's a poem for today, a poem from unknown creators, a spiritual from the 19th century. "Oh, poor sinner, now is your time. Oh, poor sinner, what you going to do when the lamp burned down? Oh, the lamp burned down, and you cannot see. The lamp burned down, and you cannot see. Ezekiel saw that wheel of time, and every spoke was of humankind. God made man, and he made him out of clay, and put him on the earth, but not to stay. They cast old Daniel in the lion's den, and Jesus locked the lion's jaw. Old Satan's mad, and I am glad. He missed one soul he thought he had. Old Satan's a liar, and a conjurer too. If you don't mind, he'll slip it on you. Oh, poor sinner, now is your time. Oh, poor sinner, what you gonna do when the lamp burned down?" A spiritual from the 19th century. That's the Writer's Almanac for Saturday, November the 13th. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.